Hello, hello, happy Saturday. We have been busy and on the run, but I have work to do yet tonight. Who else out there is still prepping for Easter tomorrow? I am. Really, actually, just kind of getting started right now. But anyway, guys, if you are getting on here with me live, if you can see a live up in that corner, red live, please just type live in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're catching me later on, it says was live up there. That means Facebook's showing you the replay. That's great. Just type replay in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Guys, my name's Jan. I live in Nebraska, southeast Nebraska to be exact. And I love going live pretty much daily, sharing our low carb to keto type lifestyle, things that we do on the daily, tips, tricks, ideas, all that kind of stuff for a healthier lifestyle. We do count net carbs in our lives because Dave is diabetic, so we keep track of carbs and those types of things. We try to keep it as low as we can, okay? Hey, Michelle, how are you? So tonight, I am prepping a dessert for tomorrow. Dave's already got the meat ready for tomorrow, and it's just marinating in the fridge right now. I was actually going to fix two desserts, and then my son told me today he was bringing something chocolate. I was going to fix a Texas sheet cake, but I decided that's too much chocolate. If they're bringing something chocolate, I'll just save the Texas sheet cake for another day, maybe Mother's Day. But tonight, what I am making, guys, is fruit pizza. Okay, who has fruit pizza and loves it? Typically, before we went low carb, it was a sugar cookie type base with a frosting and then the fruit on top. So if you've ever had fruit pizza, let me know in the comments, guys. And like I said, if you're getting on here with me live, drop live in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. If you ever get any kind of value out of what I'm throwing out there, you can share this video out. Maybe you know somebody who needs the information I'm talking about. That'd be great if you shared it with them. Share it on your page, tag them in this video, whatever it is. So, super simple recipe I'm doing tonight, guys. Super, super simple, okay? This recipe is in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. I do have a separate group where I share more information about our low-carb lifestyle. I share about our supplements that we use in there too, because those supplements led us to this lifestyle. And they pair very, very, very well together. You know, the energy we get from our supplements daily, the mental clarity, all that kind of stuff. And then the weight loss too has been a great bonus, okay? So, but I share all that in this group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. If you're not in that group and you'd like to be in the group, you can search it on Facebook, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. It's yellow and blue banner. Or you can drop group in the comments, and that will do is I will get you a link to that group, and you can tap that link and head over there and request. Or like I said, you can search it on Facebook and you can request from there. Then I get you added in and you have all the information that I throw down over there, okay? So, and if you need information about those supplements that we use, drop info in the comments and I'll get back to you about that. Oh, fruit pizza is amazing, amazing. So what have I got done so far? I did a little bit of prep here. Hey, Millie, I have almond flour in here. I have coconut flour in here. I have some granular sweetener and some baking powder and pink salt. Now, guys, almond flour, I'm pretty basic. I usually pick mine up at Costco. It's a blanched almond flour. Coconut flour you can get about anywhere. I grab it a lot of times at Walmart. They have a really good organic one, I believe. And then the sweetener, guys, my sweetener of choice is the Lakanto monk fruit with allulose blend. This, I do use sometimes monk fruit with erythritol, but monk fruit is an amazing sweetener for diabetics. You can use this stuff in your coffee. You can use it in anything. It measures cup for cup like sugar, so it's a great alternative if you're looking for something like that. So I've got that in there. I have whisked it together. And the baking powder, guys, I buy aluminum free. It's from Bob's Red Mill. I just keep this because I like the way it measures. So anyway, and then salt, guys, I always use sea salt, the pink salt. I actually use this one in my things. It's Redmond Real Salt. This comes from the US. So that's a great option, okay, if you're looking for that. Now, all I'm going to do to this, like I said, I've got it all mixed up. I'm going to go down. Guys, if you're popping on here with me live, I'm seeing some eyeballs up top. Please let me know you're out there, okay? And hey, Deb, how are you? I'm going to put in an egg. Okay. And I melted a stick of butter. So that's going in. I love butter, guys. Butter is the way it is. Please use real butter because you don't want the stuff that's not real butter. The stuff that has an ingredient list about a half a mile long, you don't want that, okay? Use real butter. Butter is better. That's what I like to say. Hey, Christy, how are you? And I'm going to throw in some vanilla too, okay? I'm actually have a measuring spoon out here tonight. You know what? We're going a little vanilla extra. There wasn't much there. So anyway, now I'm just going to mix all this together. Okay. Super duper simple, super duper easy. And this is going to be my base. Okay. Now I am going to take this. I can't roll things out. Awesome for you, Deb. Hey, Mary Ann, how are you? Are you done with your pole work and stuff today, girl? I hope so. So this just goes together really good. You don't even need to get out a mixer. It just blends together really well. I'll probably get my hands in here. I did just wash them before I started, but I'll get my hands in here too and kind of squish this all together and make sure it's combined good. I'm that type of person. I feel like I work better just getting my hands in there and getting them dirty, which reminds me I am going to get my ring off and my watch off before I even get started. Okay, so now when you think pizza, we're thinking we need to roll a thin crust, right? So this has all come together, okay? And it is nice and squishy, okay? Very pliable, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys for a little trip. 2 more hours. You can do it, Mary Ann. You can do it, right? So, I am too short to do this on my countertop, so I always have to come to my kitchen table when it comes to rolling things out. Not gonna lie. My arms just get up like this if I'm trying to roll on my countertops. I'm too short. My kids are always making fun of me for being short, and I always tell them, you know what? God only grows things till they're perfect, and some of us got there before the rest of y'all did. That's my little inside joke. Believe me, I don't think I'm perfect. Okay, I gotta grab my rolling pin, guys. So, if you're still with me, I'd love it if you would let me know you're there. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Now, I'm gonna roll this out, fairly thin. Probably 1/4 inch-ish, okay? And I've got a baking sheet over there that what I'll do is once I get this rolled to the thickness that I want, and it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It can be square, it can be round, it can be oval, whatever you choose for a shape. Hey, yeah, that is a good one, Marianne, but you're tall. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to cut the edges off and try to make it as good as I can. Okay, guys, you see somebody on there that's got a weird name. Tap that name, block them, okay? Do not send them anything. Yeah, if you can see that comment, please go and block that person. Do not get into the inbox with them. It's a waste of your time. So what is I'm going to deny my call from my son, Dad. Grant's trying to call. Somebody always tries to call when I'm on here, I swear. I swear. So what I'm going to try to do is make this... That's not cool. I will get a clean clean piece of parchment paper now because that was not what I wanted to do. Hey, Diana, guys, I'm having a little trouble seeing comments, so if I don't chat with you, I'm sorry for that, okay? But I'm just trying to get this kind of into a rectangle, and then it'll bake, I think, more evenly. I'm trying to get it as even thickness across the board as I can. So what I'm going to do is just tie it, and I'll show you here. What I try to do is where I get these ragged edges, I just take my knife and bounce them up like this so that you don't have like, what do I want to say? You don't have some of those low spots where they get a little dark in the oven, if that makes sense. So I just kind of run this along, and look at that. We're pretty well set. So this is going to go in the oven, guys, and bake for about 10 minutes. I want it nice and soft. I don't want to overcook it and get it hard, but that's what my plan is, okay? So I have my sheet pan out, and I'm just going to slide this up on the sheet pan. I have my oven preheated, and look at that. It's ready to go in. That's how simple it is. Now, tomorrow morning, I'm going to let this cool overnight. Hi, Nina. How are you, guys? If you're popping on here, please let me know. So, whoops, I about lost it on the floor. That would not have been cool. Okay, so tomorrow morning, I'm going to mix cream cheese, butter, powdered sweetener, so it will be a similar sweetener to this, only powdered. These are the things that we use, guys. We don't use sugar. We don't use those types of things. Monk fruit is not a processed sweetener. It's not a lab sweetener or anything like that. It's all natural. It is a fruit. Allulose comes from fruits also, so great. Allulose is a great thing. It's becoming my new favorite, I'm not gonna lie. But powdered sweetener, vanilla, and then some heavy whipping cream. And I'm gonna put a frosting on this, or like a frosting. And then I've got blueberries and strawberries that I'm gonna cut and put on top and make a fruit pizza for tomorrow. Now, guys, like I was saying, this recipe will be in my group if it's not already. I can't remember if I posted it today or not. It's been one of those days where I've been on the run. I went and Dave and I had a lot of errands. We had a lot of things to do. They're talking rain for us tomorrow, so we needed to get overseed, some grass seed down, and a little bit of starter fertilizer and different things like that. All done today. So hopefully the good Lord above provides us with that rain that they're talking for tomorrow. So anyway, it's ready to go in the oven, guys. Super duper simple. Like I said, I'm going to pop this in there for about 10 minutes. Pull it out, let it cool overnight. You know what? I got 2 minutes on there for something else that's already in the oven, so I'm going to have to wait and set it for 8 in a couple of minutes. So super simple, guys, and that's the way we are. That's what we do. We do simple. I'm not one that, and a lot of times if I see a recipe that's got a list of ingredients and things that I have to go buy that I don't typically stock in my house, I won't even attempt it because it's like, whatever. If we don't like it, it's no good. So anyway, these are super simple. The flours and the sweeteners are definitely staples of our pantry. So we have them here all the time. The butter, all that kind of stuff. So I share about too in my group, guys, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, about stocking your pantry, stocking your refrigerator, stocking those things and the necessities that you need. And it's a process, it is. But once you make the switch, you'll be so thankful that you did, not gonna lie. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I will get back to you with an answer. Like I was saying, if you need to join the group, search it, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, or drop group in the comments. I will get you added or get you a link so that you can click that link. Or if you need information on those products that I was talking about that have changed our lives, my coffee, my pink punch, all that wonderful stuff. Drop info in the comments. I'll get back to you about that too. But enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I hope you have a fantastic Easter tomorrow too. And maybe I'll put a picture up tomorrow of this finished product on my page, so you better get over there tomorrow and check it out. But enjoy it, guys. We'll chat with y'all later, okay? Smile. Pass that smile on. We'll chat later. Bye.